All right, thank you. Here we are once again to treat this special topic. Because in English language, there is no topic that is too small or too big. This is called, we are going to look at formal letters. And lest I forget, please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. And if you have, please like my video and comment. Kindly share the link also with your friends and maybe prospective WAEC candidates, because this video will be useful to them, as well as other people who may be having challenges in the area or aspect of writing formal letters. I have just want to discuss two things, two objectives, which is what? Format and what? Introduction. How what? Formal letters should look like. All right, let's quickly go there. We have formal letters, introduction, and what? Format. Okay. Now, we say, what is formal letter? We say these are letters to offices rather than persons. When an individual wants to write to a particular office, whether big or small, private or government, is what? Formal letters. I used to say something. You are not writing to a person in that office in quote. You are writing to the office. That is why even if the person that is occupying that office by age and by status or anything, you are far better than the person. You accord that office, you are writing to the respect by writing and by acknowledging the office officially. Even if the person or an individual occupying an office that you tend to write to is your brother, in this kind of letter now, you do not know him again, you are writing, and the person is going to use the power of that office to attend to you. All right. Now say is what? So are regarded as impersonal letters. Formal letters are just what? Impersonal letters. Letters you are writing to those whom you do not know. As I've explained before, you don't know these people. Even if they are your brothers, your sisters, you don't know them. You are writing to that office. So whatsoever you are requesting for or you require them to do for you, they are going to carry out those your requests from the power of that office. So let's proceed. So if that means formal letters should neither contain personal greetings nor discussion of personal what? Affairs. That means you should not greet anyone in what? In formal letters with personal greetings. Maybe, how are you? How is your brother? How is your wife? How are your children? No, those kind of greetings are not allowed in what? Formal letters. They are only allowed in what? Informal. Remember, we are treating formal letters. So formal letters are letters to what? Formal settings, organizations, and what? To maybe to government houses or private organizations. So you are not to greet those people in what? Even if you know them, don't greet them with personal greetings. You can only greet them in respect to the organization. Let me mention, for example, if you are writing letter from one church to another within a particular church, you can use Calvary greetings or greetings to you in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. So you see that you are still greeting, but it's not a personal greeting. It's not a greeting maybe, how is your wife? How are your children? So that is what we mean. The other one, greetings in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Maybe you are writing from a particular denomination to another one denomination. Let's say from Apostolic Church to maybe another Apostolic Church. So you use this kind of greeting. So what do we mean? Formal letters is what? You don't greet personal greetings. Now let's go there. To say Now, the next we are going to look at, if you have gotten this concept that formal letters is a letter we write to those whom we do not know and is impersonal letter, that means you are not to discuss anything personal with the person. The next is types. Types, how do we write, where, and under what topic can we write this kind of letters? Number one, letters to offices and business houses. That means if you are writing to offices or business houses, let's say you are writing to Dangote group of companies, BUA or MTN, you are writing to business houses. Offices, let's say maybe you are writing to government house, maybe you are writing to your governor, you are writing to minister or ministry of health. Those are offices. Number two, invitations, notice, memos, circulars, and advertisement. So anytime you are writing under this, you want to invite someone. Let's say you want to invite your governor to maybe your speech and prize giving day. Maybe you're a proprietor or a principal of a particular school. That is what? Formal letter. That means what? You are giving what? Invitation. There is one thing that is common about formal letters. Formal letters has format. But because I didn't state a particular thing, I want to mention it. While writing formal letters, please adopt a particular paragraph or paragraphing style. I did not mention it, but it's key. It's either you use block style or you use what? Indented paragraphing style. That is a topic for another day. I'm going to teach types of paragraphs, but I normally encourage my students to use any of these paragraphing style. Don't use two paragraphing styles in one letter. It is wrong. So please, let's adhere to this instruction. Number three, letters to institution asking for what? Admission, or maybe you want to make complaint, or maybe you want to make special requests. So whenever, if not that things have changed previously, during our father's era, they used to write to institution requesting for admission. But these days, the institutions cannot even accommodate numbers of applicants that they have. So if you are writing to institutions, maybe making complaint, seeking for admission, and so on, that is what? A type of letters we can write under what? Formal letters. Then number four is the letters to newspapers, editors, magazines, on topic or public interest. Yes, if you are writing to maybe newspaper, for example, maybe there is a particular topic that they publish and maybe it's not accurate, you can write to the editor. Or if the editor made certain mistake in editing a particular maybe news that has been published, you can write. Or you want to write that they should write or do something about a particular thing that is keen or kind to what? Interest of the public, you can write. So these are the kind of letters that are available on what? Or in formal letters. So formal letters, now we are going to look at the format. Under the format, verbally, I'm going to mention the features. So let's quickly go there. Now this is the format. Now I'm going to mention this address you are seeing here called block style. And in this block style is called what? Closed. I will explain. What do we mean by block style? You can see it this way is in a let me say square. But what do we mean by that? An address is a closed address. You can see this comma here. If I remove all these commas, let me say I remove this, and I leave these two punctuation. It is called open address. What do we mean by open? That means something can be integrated or added to this place. So if you want to use block style, that is what? Open. Therefore, there is no need to put comma. But I normally advise my prospective WAEC or NECO or JAMB candidate and so on. Don't use open format, because there is a tendency the person that want to mark your paper might not have this skill or this knowledge. You just reduce your mark. So I advise use close format. All right, let me return the comma, and so on. Now, let me explain. In this format, you can see now that I started with the Morals Academy. This is one address. This address is inside this place, Graceland. Graceland, that means the Morals Academy is inside Graceland. And both the Morals Academy and Graceland are inside Zaria. So that is the reason why you are seeing the comma. Then the next is the Morals Academy, Graceland, Zaria. These three addresses are inside Kaduna State. Therefore, the address has ended. Therefore, we have what? Full stop. Then the next argument we used to have about writing this address is that some will say that this date, you need to omit one line. Yes, it's correct. In this my case, I did not omit any line. So if you want to omit one line, that means give one line gap before writing your date is allowed. So you can do that. Then the next thing is, while writing date, there are different format of date that will be teaching for another day. I'm going to teach specifically about dates that are acceptable. So, but in this one, let me explain something. Let's say as I use 11th December, this is 11th. If I put this, my TH up, is for position. So don't make mistake of putting it. Maybe now, when you are being given report card or anything that are required position to be scaled or graded. Therefore, this one is for position. It must be up. Maybe 11th position, 2nd position, thereabout. So if it's for date, it is wrong to be up. So this one is for position, maybe when someone finished. Why for the one for date? Let's say 12th, it must be down, whether you are using capital letter and so on. So it must be down. So this one is for date. These are for date, while these ones are for what? Position. So if you go up and put this TH up here the way I did here, your mark will reduce even if it's for 1. So as a prospective wire candidate, don't make that mistake. All right. Then the next is December. There are some formats that acknowledge that December or this kind of thing should be written in full. As I say, that is topic for another day. I'm going to teach that. So 11th is one information. Then December is another information. That's why we have comma. Then we have 2022 full stop. So in writing in WAEC, you don't actually need to make your date accurate. Let's say you are writing and that day is maybe 12th January 2023. You can use 10 January 1985. All WAEC want to see is your ability to produce, to write, and to give them answer to questions that they have asked. So in case there is what we call phobia or anxiety, you tend to forget things. Just write any date, but let it be at this format. You can omit one line or write it immediately after the state. So that is concerning this. Then the next is the recipient's address. This is the address of the writer. Yes, you needed something. This is your address. Recipient means the person you are addressing the letter to. The same way, if you are using close here, you use close address here. If you are using open address here, you use open address. The difference is that if you are writing and both the recipients and the writer are in the same state, you don't need to repeat the state here. So, but in this my case, I am the writer, I reside in Kaduna State, the recipient are in Lagos, so I repeated Lagos. So, and I have the chairman, comma, Dangote Group, comma, Ikeja, comma, Lagos, Lagos. You can put Lagos State, so it's okay. Then the next is what? Salutation. We call this place salutation. It's key. I say sir. Some used to say sir/ma. Some used to say dear sir. So it doesn't mean, but it's a formal letter. I don't buy the idea of using dear sir, because dear is anything informal, somebody you know. so I don't buy the idea, but some people uses it, so that does not really matter. Then the next after it is heading, application for the post of a clerk. All right, so if you look at it, if you write this place in capital letters, there's no need to underline it. Don't underline. But if you write this place, the heading, with what? In small letters, you need to underline it twice with good ruler. How many times? Twice. But one thing is, if you are going to write your heading or this heading with small letters, you need to what? All the first letters, apart from the conjunction, should be what? In capital letters. So, but if you are not going to use small letters, there is no need. But me, I prefer using what? Capital letters throughout. All right. So now, application for the post of a clerk. Remember, this is just the format. The space I have here will not be able to do justice to this topic. So I now say, I would like to join this reputable organization for the above mentioned post. So just like that. So once you write and mention what you desire, the next is to what? To give conclusion and what? Round up. So the key thing again here is how to end, which we call this place subscription. All right, in your subscription, you use yours faithfully. Yours faithfully. Remember, don't put apostrophe here. Why? Because pronouns, yours is a possessive pronoun. Pronouns does not go with apostrophe. So don't make mistake of adding apostrophe here. It is not allowed. Then you put comma. This comma is key. Then you sign. After the signature, you write your name in full. And if you are occupying a particular post, maybe you are writing, let's say, from one office to another. Let's say now it's in a school setting, and maybe you are a vice principal, you are writing to your school director. If let's say you put yours faithfully, you sign signature, you now write maybe your name, maybe James Amos. Then you now put what? Your designation. Your designation is that you are what? Vice principal, VP. So that is all for today's teaching. This is what? Formal letters. We have done the introduction and the format. So this is how the format look like. As a prospective wire candidate, once you are able to get this, you are good to go. You will get your A1. So please don't forget to subscribe. If you have not subscribed to this channel, subscribe. And if you have done that, please like my video. Like my video. And if you have liked my video, please kindly comment. Tell me how my video looks. And if you have questions, ask your questions. And I'm ready to answer your questions. And if there are topics or topic that you want me to do video on or teaching on, please kindly ask me to do the needful, and I promise to do so. And as a prospective wire candidate on NECO, please comment below. Say, English master, help me. So thank you, and I know that you are going to come out with good results. So see you in my next video. Bye.